Greetings CFA candidates, and welcome to this video library series on how to use your financial calculator for the CFA level exams. My name is Jim Marr, and I get to serve as your humble tour guide throughout our program together. In this session, we're going to take a look at setting up your financial calculator. So only two calculators are permitted in the CFA exams, and they are the Texas Instruments BA2 Plus and the BA2 Plus Professional. And I'm going to circle that one. That one gets the star. That's what I used for my exams, and Hewlett-Packard 12C and also the Hewlett-Packard 12C Platinum. Now, we recommend using the Texas Instruments BA2 Plus Professional. It's easier to use and more functionality, and I can attest to that personally. So let's look at setting up your calculator. And first, we want to look at changing the decimal points. Now, for me, I preferred using 4, and it's strictly up to you what you think you'd like to use. Now, some candidates like 4, some like 5, some even like up to 9. But I'm going to show you how to change that on your calculator regardless of your preference. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. We have our calculator. We can see that I'm at 0, and there's my 4 decimal places. And you simply are going to press the second key. You're going to press the decimal point down here at Format, and then you're going to see DEC for decimal places. You can see mine's already set to 4 rather. So let's go ahead and set it to 9. Press your 9 key, and then you're going to press Enter. Okay. Now, with decimal set to 9, you're always going to have the maximum accuracy in your answer, and can round it to the number of places that will suit the problem. Now, what I want to do here then is I'm simply going to do a clear, do it again, and now I'm going to show you just a simple mathematic move. We're going to do 1 divided by 9, or calculation for that matter, and you can see there are my 9 decimal places. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and clear it out. Now you can see here when I cleared it out, you just had the 0 up here. The decimal places will sort of vanish, not like when I had mine set to 4. But like I said, it's purely up to you, and you could change that throughout your studies and practice to see what is suitable for you for your understanding and success on exam day. Okay. All right, so next up, we want to look at changing the CHN to AOS. Now, I never did this, so it's purely up to you if you want to do this as well. And some students prefer to use a calculator in AOS mode. However, the default on your calculator is chain, or CHN, okay? And you might say, well, Jim, what's AOS stand for? And that's Algebraic Operating System, where it follows the order of operations, okay? And you'll see this done throughout your studies. We talk about order of operations, what comes first, multiplication and division. It takes precedence over addition and subtraction, okay? And it reduces also the keystrokes you might use and the parentheses needed for complex formulas. So it's entirely up to you, once again, whether you prefer the chain mode or the AOS. But I'm going to show you how you can change that. So what does this actually mean? Well, for performing the following calculation, I can demonstrate this on the calculator. If I come over here to the calculator for you, and I do 3 plus 4 times 4, I'm already defaulting into chain mode. You can see I'm going to get 32, right? But what happens if I switch to AOS mode? Well, my answer is going to be 23. Well, how do we get that, Jim? How do we get to 23? Well, you would see the other order of operations. That's going to be first. It's going to be 20, and then we're going to add the 3. So you're going to get 23, okay? So let's go ahead and show you how you switch that mode. In order to do that, we're going to change from chain once again to AOS. Let's go over to the calculator, and we're going to clear that out for you. We're going to do our second, and then we're going to hit our decimal point. And then what you have to do is, we're back here at decimal points again. Go up here to the down arrow and just keep pressing the arrow until you see, oh, there's CHS, okay? So then we're going to go here, and we're going to press second, and then Enter. And you can see now I've switched to AOS. Now, what I'm going to do real quick here is I'm going to clear this out, okay? And now let's run our calculation again, all right? So let's go back here on our slides, and we're going to run our 3. So let's go ahead and do our 3 plus 5 times 4, and you're going to see there's our 23. So you can see the difference there. Now, for me, I'm going to clear to work. I'm going to go back here, and I'm actually going to go and change this back because I do like to use chain. So I want to make sure I have this set up for chain here for myself. So as you can see, we're now here second, and we're going to enter that and enter here and then clear work. So I'm good. Let me check it, make sure I've set it back. And this is what you'd want to do if you do start messing around with different operations, make sure that it's set up properly for you. And you can see we're right back here at the 32 once again, okay? So now let's check the periods. Now this is very important. You're gonna see this come up a lot, especially when you're dealing with bonds. So let me go ahead and put that up on your screen for you, that you have the number of periods set right. Now, I left it alone. Some students like, or candidates like to mess with this too. I like simplicity. I'm a little bit older, so when I set it, I forget it, and that's the end of that. So your calculator should be set up for 1 period per year, okay, or P/Y equals 1. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check this out. Now, a lot of times your calculator will have a default of 2. So you gotta be really careful here. So let's go ahead and check this. Once again, we're gonna hit the second key, come over here to IY, which obviously above the IY is the PY. And there we go, we're set to 1. But if for some reason I wanted to change it to 2, I could also do that, okay? And then clear work and clear it again. Now we're gonna do second and we're gonna check it. See, now I'm at 2, so I wanna make sure I'm back at 1, okay? Enter, and there we're good to go, all right? So that's very important that you set up your calculator properly for your exam. All right, and lastly, what we wanna look at here then is setting up the date. Now, I really never mess with this either. It's only required if you're using some sort of bond function. I never saw the date, never used the dates really that I recall on my exam, but then once again, this might be whether something you wanna switch here from US or to European modes, all right, from date modes. Because here in the US where I'm located, this would be December the 31st of 1990 would be shown that way versus how it's shown in Europe. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. So let's go over to our calculator once again. We're gonna go second, and then we're gonna go down here, our format, our decimal point, and we're gonna scroll down until we find that date. Hey, there's the date right there, 12/31/1990. And once again, it says second, enter, and you can see we would have switched it, and then we would just hit our clear key, and off we go, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to switch that back. So second, and let's come down here, find our date, second, enter, and I'm gonna clear once again out. So that ends our introductory session, and as you're gonna see, you can play with this as you're going through different kinds of examples to see what works perfect for you. And when you dial into a particular way, stick to it, all right? And with that, we'll see you again next time.